Good evening. This is Diana Hopkins completing my final screencast for EDU 6460. In this video, I'm going to give an overview of how educators might implement Google Suite into their classrooms. Before I begin, I'd like to note that I have received permission from the students who prepared some of these files to use their work samples as exemplars in this video. There's no question that technology makes learning more engaging for today's student. One might also argue that technology emphasizes 21st century skills such as collaboration, creativity, and communication. Google Suite for Education is one type of technology that's utilized in my school district and in districts across the nation. When used to its potential, it can energize student engagement and motivation, reduce the consumption of costly resources like paper and ink, and increase student and teacher productivity and output. To begin, you must have an account with Google. This account is free for all users, offers 15 gigabytes of storage space, and permits access to all of the applications within Google Suite. I already have a Google account, so I'm not going to prepare another one. However, I will take a look at the available apps and begin opening Google Drive. Google Drive is a file storage and synchronization service developed by Google. Once I'm inside my Drive, you can see there are folders that contain files that I have saved. Files may be saved from my computer or my device to the Drive, or may be prepared within Google Drive using one of the offered applications. Within the classroom setting, a teacher may require his or her student to construct a Google folder to be shared with the instructor for electronic submission of assignments, and also for the instructor to provide electronic feedback. To prepare a new folder, similar to the folders I've prepared here, I'm going to click on where it says New on the left-hand side of the screen. From there, a drop-down menu appears and offers several options for actions. A student could add a new folder to their Drive, upload to their Drive a file that was prepared outside of Google, upload a whole folder of files that were prepared outside of Google, or the user might select one of the offered applications to begin constructing a new product. Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides are the most popular applications for many, but hovering over More will give the user access to additional applications such as Google Forms. I'm going to begin a new folder for my class, so I'll select Folder. From there, I'm prompted to give the folder a title. And as this is the folder that I'm going to share with my instructor, I'm going to title the folder with my name and click Create. I'm using a false name for the purpose of this video, of course, but I'll be sharing it with my own account as a teacher. Now that a folder has been created for my class, I'm going to organize all of my files according to the academic term. I can click New and follow the directions or the steps that were previously demonstrated, or I might right-click inside of my folder and I see the same menu of options that appears. Once I've created a folder for each term, my folder has been established and I'm ready to share this with my instructor. To do this, I can right-click on the name of my folder and use the drop-down menu to select Share. When I click Share, I'm prompted to enter the email address of the intended recipient. Mrs. Hopkins. When determining what access the recipient will have to my files, I can use the drop-down menu to the right and can select for the accessibility. My recipient could be added as a collaborator with options to organize, add, and edit files, or my recipient could be added with access to view the files only. But if I'm sharing this file or this folder with my instructor so that he or she can provide electronic feedback, I'd want my instructor to have full access to my files. Give Mrs. Hopkins a little note. And send to share it with her. Once students have established a Google account, they can begin to prepare original products using the variety of tools or applications offered in the Google Suite. Google Docs is a word processing application that permits collaborators to work simultaneously within the file while showing real-time updates and revisions. Take a look at this document that was prepared by a group of 3 students. The file was shared among the peers and each had permission to add, edit, etc. As the instructor, I can click on the edit history and see what each student did within the document. I can view where peer editing took place. I can see how each group member contributed. And this is helpful because I can see how the products have developed organically without interfering in or influencing the student's work. I'm able to identify who in the group may be struggling, and I'm also able to identify who demonstrates understanding. While completing this assignment, the students are helping one another to improve their skills and deepen their understanding of concepts through this type of cooperative learning. Here we have an example of a Google Slides presentation. Google Slides is a presentation application that permits users to lay out information in creative arrangements. Users can take advantage of presentation themes and templates. They may choose from a variety of fonts and have tools to embed videos, data, charts, word art, and more. In this particular work sample, a student was assigned a challenge to design a species and express the patterns of inheritance for 6 physical traits. The student was required to submit a sample pedigree, compose 5 practice problems, and demonstrate how to answer the practice problems. Given these parameters, the student chose to design an alien species that is making a surprise visit with Earth. When equipped with the freedom and tools to express her ideas, this student constructed an entire backstory and a truly creative way to demonstrate her understanding of genetics. She carefully selected a background, fonts, and colors that would enhance her presentation. She shared her presentation with me during the process so that I could provide feedback, and she was able to make revisions to improve the accuracy of her content, all while letting her creativity flourish. Google Sheets is a spreadsheet application that allows the user to sort and input data, perform calculations, and visually represent data in charts and graphs. This is a sample illustration of an inventory spreadsheet that was prepared by my student lab assistant back in 2016. She prepared this file and shared it with me, and I've been using it to annually update our equipment and inform the purchasing of new supplies for the subsequent academic year. As you can see, she's prepared a spreadsheet for each of the 4 boxes that contain slides within my lab. She's identified the plate number within the box, the sample or the type of slide that's contained within that tray, and the quantity of that slide that are available. The last application that I'll demonstrate is a survey prepared with Google Forms that I recently used with the students this past week. Google Forms is an application that can be used to construct electronic surveys. Surveys can offer a variety of question formats from multiple choice to checkboxes to continuums. Surveys might be generated to get to know students before the start of the school year, to collect formative data during a lesson, or even in an RTI situation where you want to maintain a record of interventions such as the frequency and duration of after-school help. Really, the options are endless. This survey is one that I recently used when working with members of the senior class to plan our upcoming Spirit Week festivities. 20 students were able to communicate their opinions to me by completing my form. As the owner of this form, I can view and edit not only the questions, but also view the responses. I can view a summary of the overall results. Safari Day was a big hit. Pajama Day was a big hit. Out of This World Day, again, another big hit. I not only can look at the summary of responses, but I can also view the individual responses to start looking for trends or patterns within the results. These surveys are easy to prepare, to edit, and to share with the target audience, and they provide opportunities for everyone to be heard through very simple communication. Collaborative work, creativity, and effective communication skills are fundamental elements of the contemporary classroom. As we can see from the work samples and applications that supported their construction, Google Suite for Education empowers educators and students to share ideas and develop original products while working cooperatively.